The gender identity wars roll on. Reports in the Australian today say that parents are growing increasingly worried that high schools are, quote, crossing the line in supporting students to transition to the opposite sex without parents' knowledge. And that's not all. Schools have also been accused of actively encouraging children to question their gender identities. Joining me from London is commentator Esther Krakue. Esther, thank you so much for your time tonight. These reports I'm referring to are using Australian examples, but this seems to be happening all over the world. Is it going on in the UK in the same way?
Yes, certainly. I mean, it's something that has been worrying the Conservative Party mainly, including Kemi Badenoch, who's actually taken quite a strong stance on this. I mean, the Department of Education is poised to release some advice for teachers, which states that actually socially transitioning children is bad for their mental and psychological health. And a lot of evidence is showing that to be the case. The reality is, when you actually tell children that they may not be the gender that, they may not be the gender that they are, or associated with their sex, or anything to do with this sort of gender ideology, you plant a seed in their mind. It's not like we had a massive pandemic 50 years ago of children in school suddenly questioning their gender. It's the fact that they're being exposed to this kind of information, exposed to this kind of ideology, and as a result, they're taking it up and they're processing it through a child's mind. The reality is, even children that do show forms of gender non-conformity, to put it lightly, they tend to grow out of it. The overwhelming majority tend to grow out of it, or they happen to be gay, or, it just becomes a phase. But the fact that it's teachers who are in a position of authority that are planting these seeds in their minds is quite a worrying trend. And we're seeing it all over the world. We're seeing it in Australia, we're seeing it in the UK, and we're certainly seeing it in the US. And it's something that parents really need to be proactive about, and actually trying to understand the nature of the curriculum that their children are being exposed to, because now it's become so commonplace that, parents are surprised that their children are being exposed to this kind of content.